Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Big Papa Pump needs your hookup. Holler if you hear me. What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. Let me in. Say dummy. Dummy. Yeah.
And go.
Hey, yo. It's me. It's RVE. What's up, Dinesh? It is the Heelcast. We are back this week again. Shout out to our only listener and Larkin, you as well. I've got a much bigger dais this time around. It's been me and Goldberg locking it down, but this time we doubled our dais here. With me this week, I've got the man who has somehow not died of a heart attack the past week or two. I've got Fap and Hurls returning.
What's going on, everybody? The heart is still ticking.
I say that because Hurls is a hardcore Bucks fan, and he told us he might die having a heart attack watching the Bucks games. They are tied up 2-2 with my buddy Sean, who I really desperately am trying to get on the show. 2-2 right now in the NBA Finals, so it's big time. Also a big week, and we got big wrestling week, NBA week. And then with me, of course, I've got my partner in rhyme, the AEWCW Dude. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. I'm just glad that Hurls is with us, and apparently, not a Limp Bizkit, so that's a good thing. It's a good thing for Hurls.
He's still doing it all for the nookie while he breaks stuff.
I mean, he's definitely the one of the group that's got some gumption there. Yeah.
All right, and then of course last, making a return just like the a man who shares his last name and name. We've got the return of Goldberg again. Goldberg, what's up, my man?
Yo, that's what I was going to mention. It's that time of year. Time for Goldberg to come back and immediately get a title shot.
Wait a minute. You mean you're not Bill Goldberg, the wrestler?
Shit, I just gave away my.
Fuck.
I gotta go.
You've ruined the Heelcast for me now.
You're still his nephew.
You were the one and only.
Damn it, we just lost viewer.
Shit. Well, may as well cut this show off now. We're done. Dinesh was only tuning in because he thought it was Bill Goldberg, so. Fuck beans.
My life is ruined.
Mine too. It's already been ruined, so it doesn't matter. All right, gentlemen, let's hop into the news. Of course, check out Larkin and Andre Corbeil, the only two we plug anymore. So check them out. And actually, my boy BQ seems like he's back in the game. So check out BQ. It's a sad week. The death of Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Hulk Hogan's first 6 opponents from WrestleMania I've seen are dead, which is a crazy stat. So Hulkamania is still running wild. But let's go to the one who's probably seen the most of Mr. Wonderful, the AEWCW Dude. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, think of it this way: all those people that said that that Hogan could never beat any of those guys, he can whip all their asses now. I'm just saying. I'm gonna miss Mr. Wonderful. The stories about him being a badass and wanting to beat up Mr. T, legit hurt him in the ring, or were always cool, and then there was maybe his WCW brawls as well.
He kicked Vader's ass.
He kicked Vader's ass. Yes,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so Mr. Wonderful, this is one of those ones that's just a little bit harder because this was WrestleMania 1 that started it all, and Mr. Wonderful was just a big part of that, and that's obviously a big part of my childhood. So rest in peace, Mr. Wonderful. I guess Vader's safe now.
Yeah. I think Vader's in trouble now.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Vader's been safe for a while, huh? But at any rate, yeah. So rest in peace, Mr. Wonderful. That's it. That one stung. I gotta admit, that one stung.
Hurls.
Well, I'm actually, if you look at the bright side, he could have died in the ring on Nitro when he had a heart attack. So for him to live another 20 years it's actually pretty impressive. But truth be told, I didn't really get to see a lot of Paul Orndorff. I mean, yeah, I watched WrestleMania 1, but I didn't really watch a lot of early WCW, so I kind of missed that run there. And by the time I was really tuning in, he was pretty much just the head trainer at the WCW power plant. So, but anyways, love his theme song. Had a hell of a pile driver, but rest in peace, Mr. Wonderful.
On to Goldberg. Your thoughts on the passing of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff?
Yeah, I was just gonna say one of the most underrated theme songs of all time. And it's a shame. I mean, the last time we saw him in the ring was probably Hogan's birthday, wasn't it? On that Raw when he came out.
It had to be.
And if he came out and that music didn't play, I would not have even recognized him on that night. But apparently, even then, he was suffering from, I guess, a mild case of dementia. So, from what I read, and I actually saw a picture on Facebook of the Heenan family, and boy, have they lost a lot of members.
Yeah, I've seen that same photo.
Yeah, that's tough. Like Andre, King Kong Bundy, Paul Orndorff, Bobby Heenan, Kurt Hennig, Rick Rude, and Big John Studd.
All of them, like, iconic, too, in their own right, for the majority. No, I wouldn't say all of them iconic, but most of them.
Yeah, but they all died pretty young, except Paul Orndorff. I mean, well, how old was he?
Orndorff? 71?
No. I mean, Heenan didn't die young.
How old was Heenan when he died? I feel like he was that old. He wasn't
I
like 80 or anything.
70s or something. I don't know.
Yeah, late 60s, early 70s.
1944 to 2017. So 56 and 17. 73. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. The ironic thing is, I think it was Goldberg in our text comment a couple weeks back was when I had first heard about Orndorff being in bad shape. I think you were the one that brought it up to us, and it was.
Yeah, I think I posted the video that his son put on YouTube. Yeah.
What was ironic is at the exact time you said that, I was watching him on the screen on an old episode of Nitro, and it literally happened to be the one where he took the pile driver from Arn Anderson that actually hurt him and kind of ended his in-ring career there, which was ironic. But man, he went fast from when the news broke.
He, I guess his son is close with Hannibal, and sent Hannibal an email saying, my father only has about a week left, and he was right. Wow. He only had a week left.
But and Hurls,
wonderful.
And I know Hurls mentioned the early years of WCW, and really I think the late 80s of the WWF was probably his best run and the best stuff of his career. And then of course,
build. Really good look. He had a great build and a great look.
Oh yeah, great shape. The face turn after feuding with Hogan, and he was a face, and then I don't know what happened there when he left the company, but obviously went on to WCW. There's the story of him getting in a legit fight with Vader and kicking the shit out of Vader, which I think from what I've heard, that was what kind of killed Vader's credibility and reputation in WCW, and kind of they didn't start booking him as the monster that they used to after that. And then, of course, we know he went to WWF where they ruined him. Big shock. But let's see, moving on to other sad news. The former voice of TNA, Don West, diagnosed with lymphoma. Very, very sad. Goldberg, let's go to your thoughts on Don West. Let Hurls cap this off. But
yeah, I mean, where do you even begin? I mean, Don West is a guy who everybody loved to hate TNA in its early days, and I feel like people hated on Don West in the early days, that he was kind of over the top maybe, but I loved Don West, always did. I thought him and Mike Tenay were such a great duo. the man can sell you a piece of shit. So, I don't know what else to say other than I really love Don West, and I guess it's inevitable, but when he does pass, it's going to be tough because I really enjoyed his work, and it was the last time I was really into wrestling was when him and Tanay were on the broadcast. So that sucks. That really fucking sucks.
AEWC Dude.
Underrated and undervalued. For my money, one of the best play-by-play guys that you're going to find. And he, was low-budget TNA. And when he left, he went to work for a semi-pro, but a minor league hockey team. And it boggled my mind that a guy with his energy and his ability to draw fans to a product was never able to do a little bit better. Now, was he going to be announcing football games? No, he's the wrong style for that. But now he did take some sort of an executive position with them, but I'm sure it wasn't how much money they were really going to pay you. So I think it was just a shame, and I think that Don West woulda, coulda, shoulda done a little bit more. Really.
I don't really know too much about lymphoma, but is he near death or is he just...
Oh, lymphoma is tough. My grandfather had it like 30 years ago, and they read him his rights several times, and he still lived like 3 years. And that was 30 years ago, so he might be in a much better spot now. Now, your dog gets it, it's over. I'll tell you that from experience. But it had him on his deathbed several times. That was 30 years ago.
What exactly is lymphoma?
More than 30. Cancer of the lymph nodes. Yeah, cancer of the lymph nodes.
Okay.
Is there a stage? Is he in a certain stage of it?
That I don't know. Hurls might.
I know.
I saw his
stage
post.
4. If it's stage 4, you can kiss him goodbye. I mean, that's nobody lives with stage 4.
Yeah.
I mean, he was pretty upbeat about how he's going to fight, but I mean, most people are, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
no choice.
So, hopefully he
brain lymphoma. Ooh.
Oh man,
he beats it.
But good.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to be. I think Goldberg may hit it on the head. It's inevitable, which is terrible. Let's hope not. Let's hope for the best, obviously. Goldberg, you mentioned how you thought people kind of hated on Don West back in the days. Yeah. And I'll admit, I was one of them. To be honest, he was too over the top for me. But
you like Excalibur. I mean, come on.
After the guys left, though, it's and you realize, and you've been stuck with Impact with Josh.
Exactly.
Man, I have missed Don West, and I took that guy for granted, and I appreciate him a whole lot more now. The fact that he shows excitement. I mean, this is the one guy on the planet who's more excited about Impact Wrestling than Hurls, for fuck's sake.
But you know what? It wasn't.
Wait a minute. There's always Miguel. I'm just saying, throwing that one out there.
I feel like Hurls could have given him a run for his money with this competition, but you know what I have been wanting to know is
Cody is very upset.
How badly burnt do we think the CVE is over this?
I was gonna ask you, is Cody even still a thing?
I'm sure he's still a thing. I don't know that he's gonna live long after this. I feel like his whole life work is just blew up in his face.
Is he still on Twitter, screaming Impact every day of the week, all day?
I think we're leaving out that guy. Has anyone else seen this guy that posts on every single Impact post? Adebayo or Bam Adebayo.
It might be
I know who you're talking. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You've seen it.
I've seen him.
If they are not paying him, then I don't know what he's doing with his life. But if they are paying him, good for him. But this guy is pay-per-view this week, just advertising for them left and right, and I just don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Oh, that scared Kidney.
No. Oh well, maybe comparable, but. I don't understand these people, but you know what it just reminded me of too with Don West. Did we ever talk about the voiceover guy that died for? Maybe we did. I don't remember. I forgot his name now.
Oh yeah. I thought we met. Yeah, I think we mentioned that. Yeah.
That was a long time back. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
Ryder.
a while back, but that guy had a great.
Oh yeah, Rob
Bob
Ryder.
Ryder? No, not Bob Ryder. No.
Are you talking about the guy that did like the intros for
Yeah.
the early
Yes.
TNA?
Oh,
The
yeah,
black
we
guy.
talking about
The
him.
black guy, yeah.
Yeah, that's
What
what.
was it? That
He
guy had an
passed away?
unbelievable voice. Yeah, he died.
Yeah,
like a
he
year
did.
ago.
Fuck,
Yeah.
that sucks. He was awesome.
Yep.
Because RVE, you have those tapes that are the DVDs I saw. I
Yeah.
have the same ones. That you hear them on all those early Bound
Yeah,
for
man, like the
Glory.
05, 06.
He came back. He came back for a couple of pay-per-views. I think
I think
last
they
year.
knew he was sick or something because they brought him back. I think they were giving him a little.
He did like
a send-off.
at least 2 or 3, and he died like
Yeah.
maybe a couple weeks after one of the pay-per-views.
Oh
Might have been
shit!
Slammiversary actually.
He had a tremendous voice. Tremendous.
Yep.
Didn't they bring him back like 2017 when Global Force, all that, when Jarrett came back?
Yeah, they did then, and yeah,
Man,
he did a couple
that's right.
spots, either 2020 or 2019. I can't remember which, but
Those openings on those old TNA DVDs were tremendous. So good.
Yeah, man.
Bound
Well,
for
RIP to him
Glory.
too. It's tough times.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
All right. Well, tough times as well. We were supposed to cover this last week, but I completely missed it on my notes. But Jimmy Uso got another DUI last week. I believe that's the second in 2 or 3 years. And now the rumor is apparently WWE is not going to punish the guy because of a storyline involving The Rock to possibly go into WrestleMania, The Rock against Roman Reigns. I've got quite a bit to say on just the rumor, but let's go to the AEWCW Dude. Your comments first.
It's the stupidest thing I ever heard of in my life. That's their excuse. You know, I mean, like, I'm not into the whole guy gets in DUI, he has to be punished from his job. If it doesn't affect his job, like, I don't know. Like I don't know. I think people take that stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting that DUIs are good. I don't want anybody to take that away from it. At the same point in time, it's just, I don't know. It's you go to jail for it. Maybe you don't get fired. You get fined. You don't get fired from your job. I don't think it's the company's job to police it, right? Unless you're in a public trust situation, right? In which case which I actually am, I would have no problem getting fired over it, but it's because, you know, I'm in a public trust situation. So it's hard to trust somebody that's a damn drunk. But you can be a wrestler and be a drunk. Literally every wrestler in the past has proven this. That having been said, they pick and choose when they want to make statements, and this is just stupid. This is just stupid. They could literally like punish this guy, and he'd be back well on time before The Rock comes. So it's just like, get over it.
See, the thing is, and I agree with you, like it's not something that your company should be policing or whatever, but if you look at what happened to Jake Hager, Rob Van Dam, etc. in the past, I think even Jimmy Uso, it becomes a different story. But let's go to Goldberg. Your thoughts on the Uso DUI?
I mean, how many is this now?
2, I believe, maybe more, but I know at least 2.
I think it's his third, to be honest. I think this is his third. And I mean, at what point do you? I mean, I guess Jeff Hardy got away with as much as he did. So, but
Well,
I don't know. What? Go ahead.
I was going to say, man, it's at the point where if he can't perform his job, you fire him. Done.
Yeah. I mean, if he can, you know, if he's holding his job after 3 DUIs, then free Britney.
I want to say it might be his 4th or 5th. It's a lot of times, unless Jay got in trouble too, because there's been quite a few DUIs for him. I know for a fact, and not this time, but the previous time, I know he was trying to fight the cop. I don't know if you read that story. He was like, seriously, like he got pulled over and he tried to beat the cop up. So he's lucky, you know, something didn't escalate to even a worse situation for him. But
now you're making me want to fire the guy. Like I went from the company's
I'm on
position to maybe I'm on fire Usos. You know,
I'm on board with the suspension, and if he does it again, I'm on board with firing him. I mean, how many like that? You're putting people's lives in danger, and I don't know. I think it's fucked up.
And this is the problem with 2021 is, do you think there's a reason why they're not punishing him? And you know what I'm talking about.
Well, they only talk black.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not black. They just talk like it.
I just
And that
thinking
gets
like
the
they
whole-
don't want to.
That's
I
a
don't
tough
know.
one.
I just
Yeah,
don't see
so-
where firing him is going to make him suddenly not be a drunk anymore. I just, like.
I mean, maybe get the guy help though, or something.
But,
Make him
yeah,
take
get the guy
some
help.
kind of.
Well, they have the program, right? Put him in jail. That's fine.
They got to do something because before he kills somebody. I mean, come on.
Maybe they should sit down with Scott Hall and Sean Waltman for a while and see.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Naomi apparently was getting harassed on Twitter about it, and she deactivated her account over it.
Is that his wife or girlfriend or something?
I think it's his wife. Yeah.
Well, so lives matter.
Yeah.
It's let's keep in mind this is one of the 10 greatest tag teams of all time according to that extremely inaccurate list. No, I mean, look, if you look at the way that they punish people in the past, it's complete bullshit that this guy is getting a pass on it. That said, if they're literally not doing anything because of an angle with The Rock, like it is July right now. WrestleMania is in April. I can't remember the last time the WWE tried to do a storyline that lasted over like 2 months. But if they're literally going to start building this from like July or August till WrestleMania, be prepared because by the time they get to their big payoff, you're going to have seen the matches and everything you're supposed to see at least 200 times. I don't think I'm exaggerating this. People shouldn't be excited or expecting it, but never underestimate the stupidity of the WWE universe.
Yeah, that's true.
Moving on, and this is a doozy, which we'll get into when we get into Slammiversary and our predictions here, because this is the Slammiversary prediction show on the Heelcast, baby. Woo! Jesus, Hurls, your voice is getting more manly as we speak. We have Ring of Honor this past week. Last week, we found out Malachi Black got out of his 90-day compete clause early, and now Chelsea Green got permission from WWE to show up on Ring of Honor because Lord knows nobody's going to see her. But Chelsea Green, who seemed like a lot to go to Impact or maybe even AEW, showed up to Ring of Honor. Hurls, this was probably most shocking to you. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm not really a Chelsea Green fan.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but the more she's talking, it seems like it was Impact's fault for that whole fiasco. So I guess I can't blame her too much. It just really had some bad optics. But I do not get going to Ring of Honor out of all the places. Like their women's divisions, I don't know. They got a lot of newbies and some Japanese woman that I never heard of. So
wait, is this AEW?
Yeah.
Hurls, real quick, I might have led you out to dry. The one piece of news I didn't incorporate in there is apparently no contract is signed. So I apologize, but go ahead.
I still fully, especially if you listen to the PW Insider, apparently Impact
PW Insider.
Apparently Impact's been friendly with MLW and Ring of Honor and NWA, so I don't know what's going to come of this, but I really don't care about any of those partnerships, and I am surprised that her first choice was to debut at Ring of Honor. I think that's a massive letdown. Just look at EC3.
Did she wrestle there, or did she just commentate?
That was the first time.
The tournament, didn't she?
Yeah. She came out. Yeah. It's so funny that they still haven't changed the name of this pay-per-view, but best in the world pay-per-view. Goldberg, your thoughts on Chelsea Green showing up in Ring of Honor?
Don't care.
All right. I don't know that I could have put that better myself, but AEWCW Dude.
I mean, I would just same thing that Goldberg just said. That who gives a shit? Ring of Honor is completely irrelevant. So is Chelsea Green. I was never against her when she left, for the record. I have no problem with her coming back because I think they put the belt on her knowing she didn't have a contract. And I mean, who doesn't work all that time and then goes, no, I don't want the belt? She jobbed it away. She did what she needed to do. That's just more Impact stupidity. But who gives a shit? That's not a story we care about. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot we had a big backstory on our show with people in the business because Hurls and I shat on her for it, and the dude stuck up for her, and then someone in Impact, gave one of us an earful. And normally it's me that gets the earful, but it was a good earful and went elsewhere. So I just expected her to, and the thing is, she hasn't signed a contract. I felt like Impact was a lock for her to return to, and it made all the sense in the world. Again, we'll get into Slammiversary predictions because I do expect her to show up at Slammiversary, and I think the rest of us probably do too. But Ring of Honor, just a terrible choice. Terrible company. EC3, free EC3, you're better than that. Chelsea, I'm not going to say you're better than that, but, So the last news story, man, is Fyter Fest, which I thought was a very good show. AEW just did over 1 million views, 1.025 million. I believe that might be their biggest other than maybe their debut show, but AEWCW Dude, your thoughts?
I think it's
and
awesome.
Was this because of Goldberg in the front row the week prior?
I think people were looking for me on this show again. I think I let them down.
I think it was Goldberg getting beaten up by the ring announcer the week prior. That's what I think.
Yeah, Goldberg knows what it's like to take a punch from Jericho.
He missed.
I'd hope he missed because it didn't look like it was good. And from confirmation from someone who was there, it wasn't a good punch. Let's see. Who wants to handle this one first? Goldberg, thoughts?
What are we talking about? The rating?
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. I'm glad. I like the competition, but I don't see it. I just don't get it.
Did you watch this week?
I know the results. I see the highlights on Twitter, so I know what happened. But I mean, it's not like I don't watch every week. So I still, I had a great time. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't. I had a great time, but I just don't get I just don't get the booking. I don't get the storylines. I don't get how, like, why does Andrade, what does he want with the Death Triangle? For what reason? Like, let's just throw him in. Let the guy beat up people for a little while. Like, let's just let him kick people's asses for a while. Why do we have to throw him in with reputable people right away? I mean, that's just one thing. I just don't get it.
Because AEW enjoys making Pentagon job the people he shouldn't job to. And it breaks my heart every fucking time.
And how about the subtitles for when he's talking English?
He's speaking in perfect English, but there were still subtitles.
At least he doesn't have a translator. Well, this time he has had. Has that guy worked with him too?
I think he did this week, didn't he?
Yeah, I think.
I thought unless there's like two guys that look similar.
He was interviewing him. I thought was that him interviewing him?
I thought so.
Alex.
Abra something.
Abracadabra.
Not Caceres. That's it's not Alex Caceres.
Miguel Contreras.
I think it's Abrahante or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
I like that guy.
You do?
Yeah.
Penta says, I like that guy.
Oh my God.
Guy's got a mouth on him.
Do you know why I like him? Because he's associated with Pentagon.
Oh, that's because it reminds you of yourself. I can't stand him because if I want to manager this Bobby the Brain Heenan, not like that turd.
You know, I give AEW credit for one thing, and you take it right away.
This is true. I did just do that to you, didn't I? You finally found somebody you like, Goldberg, and I took it from you.
You know what? Maybe he's not that good. You're right.
Hurls, what's your thoughts on the rating?
Something you forgot to mention too. It beat Monday Night Raw in a key demo.
Well, we know one thing for sure. Hurls was not one of the people in that rating.
Well, to be fair, I haven't watched a lot of wrestling since the finals. Well, actually before the finals, but I will say though, I will be the next person to go to an AEW live event.
Okay.
In August, I'm going. It comes to Milwaukee, so I will be there.
Milwaukee,
anyways,
the home of the defending NBA champions.
Yes, it's gonna
Phoenix
be.
Suns are
It's gonna
from
be.
Milwaukee.
Boo!
By the way,
Boo!
my sister will be at Game 5 in Phoenix. Forgot to tell you. Her husband's a Phoenix fan. So
Is he gonna have an iHeart AEWCW
I think
Dude shirt too?
I think I'm gonna
Big
send him
sign.
out there with a big Heelcast sign.
I mean,
There we go.
that was disappointing. I never saw that. I did see you holding that Young Bucks sign though.
I saw him in the Orange
did you?
Cassidy gear.
Yeah,
That's right.
bought the
Holding
whole
it.
outfit.
I Heart the Young Bucks sign on one side with I Heart AEWCW Dude on the other. I saw that.
But
And I saw one guy
that's
hold up a sign that said, "I blew 3,000 guys to get to Bound for
Yeah.
Glory." That was weird.
I remember that. I will be
sit front row.
Yeah, I think it was actually.
No, are you gonna sit front row when you go?
Oh no, I won't be front row, but yeah, won't be front row. And it's in the Panther Arena, which is like maybe 10,000. So
What's that? Where Wisconsin, Milwaukee?
yeah, it's the smaller. It's not the Fyter where the Bucks play, but it's going to be because WWE has a contract with Fyter. I don't know how they did that, but they got the other arena in the city. So
See, Goldberg, not all of us love AEW enough to spend our money on front row seats.
Like
Just saying.
$250 front row seats.
No, I didn't. I'll keep my secrets for after the show.
Well, I know the
But-
secret. That's why I'm saying you paid full pop at $250.
Right.
I'm looking out for you.
Good luck.
no, but I'm
He
looking
was
forward
hanging
to it.
with Sonny Kiss after the show is how he got them tickets. I'm just
Oh my God, you were not supposed to say that.
And
on the
Nyla
air.
Rose.
Come on. Why
Goldberg
are you
got
saying
those
that on
tickets
the
in a
air?
threesome with Sonny Kiss and Nyla Rose.
I was trying to keep that a secret, man. Come on.
I just outed you.
Some guy named Dylan too.
That one went over my head, but all right. You know what? It's Slammiversary week, and a mainstay of the show is Hurls' Hot Street Corner takes.
Thank you.
I've been kind of throwing them at the end, but this week we're gonna do it different than how I normally do. Hurls, what's your hot take this week, brother?
All right. The Hurls Hot Street Corner this week is going to be, in your opinion, what is the greatest Slammiversary match of all time?
Whew.
And I'm
like
going
that.
last.
I like that.
Because you like them all.
I got a long list, man. I got some shit that I need to make sure get some fucking acknowledgement at least. Because Slammiversary used to be a big deal to us on the show. It's now only a big deal to one, maybe two of us, if we count Griggs. But Hurls, how do you want? I mean, I'm gonna let you run this one. Are you gonna go first? Are you gonna designate it to one of us? What's up?
Yeah, I'll start it off here. So when I looked through the list, there was a few that stood out to me a lot, but I'm just going to get my honorable mentions out of the way. The recency bias one, I'm going to go Slammiversary 2018 with Sami Callahan versus Pentagon,
Yeah.
Mask versus Hair, one of the most brutal matches I've ever seen. Then I'm going to go to Slammiversary 2008, Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles. That was a hell of a match. But this is kind of surprising probably for you, but I think the best Slammiversary match of all time is going to be Last Man Standing, Bully Ray versus AJ Styles 2011.
Wow.
I guess I
Not
was expecting a different last someone standing match, but ironically, you got two in my list.
And I know what match you're talking about, and that'd probably be my fourth, but yeah, that's my number one.
Let's not talk about that match because I'm going next. Because you guys are still so I had two and I'm going through all these matches and I'm going, man, there are some good matches here, but there's not that Hogan and Andre kind of Hogan and Rock, Hogan, and Sting kind of match, right? So ultimately, my honorable mention, and this was tough, right? Was Hair versus Mask, because that was brutal. It was great, and I was shocked because my recency bias is non-existent for Impact. Like it's just not. It's all in the older stuff. But there was there was this match that people are kind of talking about a little bit here, and as hard as it was to pick, okay, the misogynist in me had to go with Taryn and Gail. It just set a new bar for women's wrestling. It really did, and it was the best women's wrestling match that I've ever seen, and I really think that when you look at it, that's the biggest and best match in Slammiversary history. And the other ones you guys are mentioning are just great, and anytime Kurt and AJ get into a ring together, you know, phenomenal. And I looked at some of the matches. You know, I think it was it Kurt and AJ versus Daniels and Kaz, right?
Yeah.
The tag belts where they won it. I mean, so many great matches, but that match, again, you know, I'm that Republican Trump voting misogynist. It really flipped the script. And so to me, that's the biggest match and the best match. So
and that was from Slammiversary 2013, folks, if you're wondering.
Sorry. Got to get my year in there.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
And right in the middle of when I watched Impact and enjoyed it the most too, I should add. So there is that little bit that they had going for them.
Yeah, 2013 was a down year for that company too, but man, that match fucking stood out, and it did, in my opinion, set the bar for women's wrestling that probably has never been reached and probably won't ever be reached again.
You know what the ironic part about that is, RVA?
What's that?
That match only went 9 minutes and 21 seconds.
No way, really?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and that's all longer that match was.
Well,
wow.
I think another thing too, nobody suspected Taryn Terrell to be as good as she was. So
No.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a stunt woman too, you know. By the way, she looked damn good, didn't she? Look damn good.
She could do some stunts on my dick.
Hey man, my boy Carlton, he was shagging that shit.
Oh my God, that's right, he was.
Yes,
Gosh. Oh God.
How? Actually, almost all these wrestling women just make me scratch my head and question how sometimes.
I think about her every time I post that dancing meme, every single damn time.
Yeah, I just think about her. I will now. I just always think about her beating up Drew McIntyre, Galloway, but.
Dude, did you hear that Haskins, a girl or a wife, knocked his tooth out?
Yeah, busted his tooth out last night or something.
Dwayne Haskins lost a tooth because his wife punched his ass out. It's great.
And it's funny because it's like he always got in trouble and lost his damn career in Washington over a strip club. She didn't punch his tooth out then. Who knows what he did in Pittsburgh? Probably pulled a Roethlisberger.
Hey, watch it. He didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're a Steelers fan, aren't you?
Oh, for fuck's sakes, get him out of here.
I mean, you know,
that's right. The dude's a Ravens fan.
An innocent
Thank
man with
God you're not the real Goldberg.
Just because he has a lot of money, you know, you want to try to take advantage of him. Big Ben did absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah, except he blew out his good raping knee.
He's a winner. I love him.
Goldberg, what's your top Slammiversary match? Because I was you were unprepared for this.
I was unprepared, but I just have to go with the first match that pops into my head. And this is by me not going through results of Slammiversary because I'm sure I could find something better. And for me, it's not really probably the greatest fought match of all time, but it's a match that just sticks in my head because I love the result and I love the crowd reaction.
Sting wins.
Sting was in the match, but he didn't win. 2006, King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, Earl Hebner pushes over the ladder. Does anyone remember that? Or am I the only one?
Losing a belt. Yep.
So Hebner pushes over the ladder. Jarrett ends up hanging the belt. And the crowd reaction is something I'll never forget because they were throwing garbage in the ring. And it just reminded me of like WCW. And it reminded me of like fans actually caring about the product and what's going on in the ring. And Do you guys remember the garbage that was being thrown into the ring after that?
Yeah, but
I mean, if you
lockdown.
if you go on YouTube and watch just the end of that match and the way the fans reacted and threw garbage and Hebner had to be escorted out of there, just I don't know, that match always sticks out in my head. And the guys in the match, it was a pretty good fucking match, name wise. Jarrett, Christian, Abyss, Ron Killings, and Sting. Pretty good
So here's
match.
what I don't understand, Goldberg. You just said that what's wrong with professional wrestling is nobody throws garbage in the ring anymore.
Yeah.
But WWE's been doing that for years. You won't watch it.
It's a good
To be
point.
fair, AEW does too.
It's a solid point. You know, Hurls. One of your hot corners eventually has got to be the most memorable moment in Impact or TNA history, because I'm saving mine for that. I got one. I'm saving for whenever you ask.
Well,
that,
I won't mention what I was gonna say then, because
Okay, well,
I had a moment that had more garbage than that moment.
I'm gonna say it right now anyway. Sting versus Hulk Hogan, Bound for Glory.
You probably marked out big time.
What
there,
a
I bet.
fucking, when Hogan ripped his fucking shirt off after that match. Holy shit. I'm going to watch it. I'll see you guys.
Dude, that was like the last time we were ever really going to get to see Hogan in a ring. So how could
It
you
was
not
amazing.
mark out for that?
It was so good.
I mean, he was only killing the company at the time, so.
No, he wasn't. That's bullshit. He was
Oh,
not.
come on.
He was not.
Nah.
We want 6 sides.
I'm a Hogan mark myself, but Jesus Christ, that man.
Bring him back.
Damn it.
Bring him back.
Give him
We
the belt.
want 6 sides.
Give him the belt one more time.
Go play Pen Rings, brother.
You know what? He's still fucking bigger than 90% of the AEW roster. So
Oh, probably.
you gonna tell me he can't take Jungle Boy in a shoot?
Oh, he'd destroy him.
He'd break freaking Darby Allin in half, for God's sakes.
He would literally bend him in half.
I'd like to see what he'd do to Marcus Stunt.
Probably have trouble finding him.
The crazy part is, if AEW is realistic at all, the craziest thing is Billy Gunn would be in the main event picture. Guy is massive.
Who?
You know?
Well, so would Paul White and Mark Henry.
But they've never even gotten in the ring. That was fucking
Well,
a
they
waste of
could
money.
if it were real.
Yeah, but what a waste of money. Oh, let's tee everybody. Look at the debut. It's Mark Henry. He's never gotten in the ring. Big Show never gotten in the ring once. Who cares? Who wants to hear the Big Show announce? Nobody.
He's not bad. I actually don't
But are
mind
you
him
tuning in
whenever.
for it? Are you tuning in for it?
No, I'm not going to watch Dark Elevation. I have a life.
Right.
Yeah, but
I'm not a virgin, for Christ's sake.
But you got to remember, they're going to need these guys when they launch the new show. So you're going to have two commenting teams, and that's what Dark and Dark Elevation are about. And people like the Big Show. He's got a name that that people know, and that helps. That's got a lot of money, so
if they want to hit 2 million viewers, they'll bring back Hogan and Big Show. It's the
Can
only way to
we
go.
stop? Can we stop calling him the Big Show? He's the freaking giant.
Thank God.
Can I get my Slammiversary answer?
Yes.
Bring back
Assholes.
World War III.
Thank you, Hurls. So, my Slammiversary. So, like I said, I got a few on the list, and then eventually I'll drop it down as a winner. But back to 2005, I'm not saying great match, but Raven winning the King of the Mountain was great for me.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was better than
That was.
2006.
And I don't have
you.
recency bias for this company
Screw
either,
you.
but really, some of the more recent pay-per-views have had the better matches. But all the way back to 2006, Styles and Daniels against AMW. Hurls had Bully Ray versus AJ Last Man Standing in 2011. I got that on my list. 2013, Taryn versus Gale is on there. 2015, the terribly managed shit Storm that was not a bad pay-per-view. Storm versus Magnus was great.
was a good
In
match.
2016, I got Lashley against Drew and the Full Metal Mayhem between the Hardy Brothers.
Oh,
on
that
there.
was great.
What is this? Your top?
2017?
Is this your top 10? Get on.
Yes, that's why
Pretty
we all
much.
went first.
I'm giving some goddamn honorable mention.
I'm joking.
2017, Josh and Scott Steiner against Abyss and JB. Completely awesome.
Yep, that was great.
2019, Cage
It
against
wasn't
Elgin.
Abyss. Abyss in
But
that
my
match?
winner, of course, is Pentagon
Is-
and Sammy Callahan.
I know what it is. It's my runner-up. Your winner is my runner-up.
And it was Hurls' runner-up, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good taste, fellas.
Me too?
No.
Goldberg just likes it when garbage is in the
How
ring.
about
That's all.
what's the best King of the Mountain match of all time?
Oh God.
I would probably,
2006.
if I had to go, I would probably say 2007. Kurt Angle winning.
Yeah, I'd say.
Do you actually know that off the top of your head?
I do.
Yeah, he does.
Well, we all just
Yeah.
looked at Slammiversary results earlier,
Yeah.
except for you today, Goldberg. So it's
Oh, is that what? Okay.
Goldberg, you clearly don't know Hurls well enough. Hurls knows every single match from every single show that Impact has ever done, and he has it
I don't
memorized.
know if my respect for him is going up or down. I can't decide.
it's a
It can't go down, so it's had to go up.
Oh, what about the band? What a great tag team.
the band.
Yeah, the band.
Yeah, no, they were good in WCW, not in no.
The only good thing that
You
came
guys
out of
just
that
don't know.
is I was at Lockdown 2010 and I got to see Team 3D versus the Outsiders. Other than that,
That's
it
pretty
sucked.
badass.
Yep.
Is that in the cage?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It was actually
Lockdown.
fun brawl.
3D won that match, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All right. Are we gonna recap Fyter Fest, or are we gonna do our Slammiversary predictions first, fellas? What are we going on?
Let's do Fighter. We still got AEWCW
I'll
Dude.
hang
So
out for a
yeah.
little bit here. I'll hang
Yeah.
out for Fyter Fest. Let's do this shit.
All right. Well, actually, let me get off my ass and pull up the recap. My laptop shut down. So we're gonna recap. Just kind of go over Fyter Fest from last night, and then hop into our Slammiversary predictions. My slow laptop's going to take a minute, so let's see. Off the top of my head, the first match was Moxley retaining against Carl Anderson. I know we had Lance Archer making the challenge for next week in a Texas death match, which should be pretty fun against Moxley. We already mentioned the Andrade calling out the Death Triangle.
Where does that come from? Archer and Moxley. When did that originate? This week?
New Japan.
New Japan.
I believe.
Yeah.
So Moxley actually won that belt that he has, the IWGP, from Lance Archer.
So is the mainstream fan like me supposed to know that?
No, but they've mentioned it on Dynamite a few times, and they mentioned it last night.
Yeah, they mentioned it last night, so we're good now. I mean, that's all. He
No,
just
we're
mentioned
not.
it once, and
So that's it? Just one time? Oh,
well,
wait,
they made
these
him the number
two-
one
these two-
contender because he won 6
these-
matches on Dark Elevation.
These two met in Japan? Okay, they have a rivalry. It passes.
Exactly.
I'm about to get very frustrated with this because it's the site that I'm on here.
Will Jeff Jarrett ever appear in a TNA ring again?
In TNA, hell no.
I mean, Impact.
Did you see the notes from the interview from PW Insider about
I feel like
this?
I feel like that's why I'm saying it. I feel like I read somewhere that
Scott D'Amore
say
dropped.
never. Yeah.
He said he still talks to Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah,
So,
that's where I saw
yep.
that. And he said never
Yep.
say never. So.
Yep.
Hey, as
I'm
long
still
as
gonna
Scott
say
D'Amore-
never.
As long as Scott D'Amore has that headset on, you never know what can happen.
Oh my.
We found out that Goldberg loves the headset.
So
We
stupid.
had Ricky Starks defeating Brian Cage, and they turned on Cage, so Ricky Starks wins the FTW championship. I was fucking in shock, and I know AEWCW Dude was like, oh, it's because he's the underdog, but the crowd seemed to really be behind Ricky Starks, and I don't know if it's like a hatred for Cage or if Starks is getting over or some shit I'm missing on fucking, what do you call it?
Dark Elevation.
or whatever, but was anyone else kind of surprised? I mean, I expected the heel turn to happen, and this is what I expected to happen in the match. But was anyone surprised by the crowd reaction?
The fact that you have to wonder, did I miss something on their YouTube show, or like did something happen? Like that to me is so stupid. Like we have to wait. Like who's watching 6 hours of that YouTube show? Who? Not
Part of
us.
this is on Starks because I thought the
think the
Starks
crowd
did a
just liked
terrible job. I thought he did a terrible job at selling the fact that he was supposed to be wrestling as the heel in this match. And half the time he came off as a face and half the time he came off as a heel and being the little guy And the fact that AEW has so damn many little guys, and of course they're all faces because they can't be heels because they can never legitimately kick anybody's ass. I think the crowd got confused, and I think it's just Ricky Starks being green myself.
Is he that green still?
Yes, I'm not a big fan of Ricky Starks. Just not.
I'm with you on that one. I agree with everything you just said.
Cage needs to be repackaged, and hopefully
Agreed.
this is the start of them
needs a new
actually
outfit.
repackaging.
He
just needs a new everything.
look.
He's got to shake
Yeah.
off ever since losing to Tessa Blanchard, he's got to shake that off.
He'll never live it down on this show, at least.
Nope.
He also eliminated by Jordan Disgrace in the All-In Battle Royal
God.
too.
Oh,
so,
for God's sakes.
Unbelievable.
yeah. Sorry about
Unbelievable.
that.
Back off
You know
somewhere.
what? I don't know if you guys were aware of this. Do you know that I think it was All Out pay-per-view last year that Jake Hager was eliminated from one of those battle royals by Sonny Kiss?
Oh.
Yeah, that happened. Because I missed it. Was it Full Gear and All Out last year? I didn't watch, but I bought the DVDs recently.
I lost my respect for Hager anyway, so I don't know.
How?
Because he just took a pin.
From who? Because he took a pin?
Yeah.
You know it's wrestling, sir. They all take pins.
Yeah, but one of the other two should have taken the pin.
Goldberg don't take pins.
Sir?
Isn't Hager supposed to be some big badass, and he comes off as somebody that should be selling you like car insurance or something? I mean, like this looks like a fucking Geico agent out there.
I think I'm the only person that likes Hager, but I actually really like Hager, and I thought at the show that Goldberg was at, I thought he came off pretty badass in that match.
But he took which one's the worst of the two, Santana and Ortiz?
Ortiz is worse.
Ortiz.
The one that's clowny, a little clownish. That's
Yeah.
Ortiz. Yeah, he should have taken the pin. Why is Hager taking the pin?
I agree with you there. But at least he's taking a pin and putting people over instead of being selfish.
People over. So wait, who pinned him? Didn't FTR?
Probably
pin him?
Wardlow.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Wardlow.
So you honestly believe like that pin alone, like now Wardlow's over?
No, but I think when Wardlow did beat him one-on-one that first time, it made him. It got
Here's
him
my
over a little
thought.
bit.
And I don't want to I know I'm Mr. Negative, but I don't think anyone in this company other than maybe Jericho could put anyone over. We're not talking about stars. Nobody's putting anyone over because their name isn't big enough. At least not to me.
I think Moxley and Omega.
Moxley. Yeah.
Moxley.
And the Bucks.
Oh God.
They don't put anybody
Not
over.
one-on-one, but in a tag team match. Yeah.
They're so goofy. They're so bad.
All right. Let me go over the rest of the show.
They suck.
So we had Cody calling out Malachi Black. We had a Hangman against the Dark Order Hangman and Dark Order against the Elite in a Survivor Series style match, which was confusing because they made it sound like it would happen that night, but it's not. But I'm excited for it because I love Survivor Series matches. We had Jericho attacked by Shawn Spears. Christian defeating Matt Hardy. Wheeler Walker Jr. lost to Sammy Guevara. Yuka Sakazaki or whatever beat Penelope Ford. And Darby defeating Ethan Page in a coffin match in a pretty sick bump at the very end.
You mean played by Julia?
Yes.
Thank you, Goldberg.
Those were our results for Fyter Fest. So let's do it this way. AEWCW Dude, your thoughts on Fyter Fest Night 1?
I thought Fyter Fest Night 1 was a good show. I really did. I didn't necessarily like the Christian match with Hardy. It's about 20 years. Even you admitted it. Ending was terrible. It was
terrible, but the match was not.
It was all right. And it was
RV, you gotta move past the old guys, man. It's enough with them.
I gotta move past what?
You gotta move past these old guys, man.
Actually, Goldberg, they're not old enough for us. They gotta be older. They're still too young. They're green for us.
That's true. They're not old enough.
To be 60, they don't count.
You can root for them in 10 more years.
If Hogan would have come out and hawked that up, both of us would have marked out like.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I would have got out of my chair. Could you imagine? Oh my God.
How is Cody Rhodes versus Hulk Hogan not happening in AEW and with Cody trying to end racism so bad?
Yeah, that would be the battle of a man. Oh man, that'd be tough.
Well, but Cody's engulfed in a battle with a dude named Black. I think he's confused. He's having an identity crisis now. I actually thought that was one of the highlights. All joking aside, I thought Cody's promo had the kind of energy in it that I'd like to see some of these other guys have in it. So, in all fairness to Cody, that actually was good. Malachi Black is difficult to look at with that stupid eye thing. It just makes him hard to look at. It is dumb. It's like, dude, you're already ugly enough, and now you got to do that too. It's just like I can't take it. The Coffin match was actually, to be fair, was a pretty good match, but it's hard to watch played by Julian. It's nice to see him get shoved into a casket rather unceremoniously. And then the coffin drop at the end. I know you're like, oh, that was sick, but really he just fell through a piece of cardboard on him.
Who said it was sick? Which one of us?
I thought it was sick.
RVE.
Oh my god.
RVE, of course. Who else would it be?
It wasn't cardboard.
Same guy that likes all those young guys.
I'm not Dalton Castle.
I don't mess with Dalton Castle. I like Dalton Castle. He's just injury prone.
Of course,
So,
you're all for the pedophile gimmick.
I'm not gonna lie. I had walked away and I walked back in, and Yuka Sakazaki, whatever the hell her name is, was on TV. And I thought it was Riho until I was reading my text, and I was like, wait a second. And then like JR mentioned the name. To me, it's just like, okay, Riho can't make it. Let's grab the next chick that looks just like her.
Stupid. Yeah.
And is going to wrestle in a skirt. Penelope Ford jobbing, okay, was just terrible in that situation. Like, Penelope Ford she needs to be at the top of the division. She's hot as all hell. And she actually is not a half bad wrestler next to some of the women or not women in that division anyway. So, yeah, it was a pretty good show though, guys. It really was.
Hurls, your thoughts on it?
Well, it was during the Bucks game, and I didn't see it, unfortunately. I did want to watch. I wanted to at least see the Christian Matt Hardy and the Anderson versus Moxley match. So I'm going to go back and watch those, and definitely will not be watching the main event though.
Anderson,
I promise
Moxley
you, it's actually worth
legit.
it, dude.
That
I can't stand either. It was worth it.
Okay.
Goldberg, who didn't watch the show, your thoughts on it, I'm sure, are going to be very riveting and highly full of praise and enthusiasm.
2 out of 10.
That's actually pretty good.
That's actually not that bad of a rating for Goldberg.
I will say one thing. Played by Julian, if he wasn't such a fucking moron and an idiot, the guy is not bad. Like, he's really not that bad in the ring, and he's not that bad he's good on the mic. If he just wasn't such a fucking moron and a dumbass on Twitter, I wouldn't dislike him that much. However, I hope that feud is over because they have a knack for dragging feuds on. Inner Circle, Pinnacle. So I hope that feud with Darby and played by Julian and I guess Sting in that feud. I hope that shit is done because it's run its course. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I think that feud is over with.
So played by Julian gets buried. Now what? Like literally buried.
I mean, it worked for me. I can't stand him either as a human being or anything else. But you know what? I can disagree with you and respect you, but his disrespect for the business and his disrespect for kayfabe, I'm sorry. Like I can't get past that.
Then let's talk about Sammy Guevara because he does the same shit. He's not saying played by, but he's got a vlog. He's friends with fucking half the Dark Order. Like his shit, it's to me that's stupid too. Like,
well, now he can be because they're all faces.
Oh my god, but it's whatever. It's not part of the show. It's only on his personal YouTube page. Like I don't know, whatever. I
mean, nobody cares about the Dark Order anyway, so you know.
Okay. Well, RVE does because he's looking forward to this stupid match with them and the Elite.
Can I not enjoy old school classic Survivor Series matches, sir?
Hey, the stipulation.
Is that not a thing I'm allowed to do?
It's because we know who's going to win.
Hold on. The stipulation is great. The wrong guys in the match.
the heels are going to lose, and you already know it, so you're going to tune in to watch the heels lose.
But I don't even care if they do win the Dark. Like, who cares about the Dark Order at this point? Why does anyone care about them?
Because Hangman loses his title shot.
But
That's
why?
what you care about. You don't care about the Dark Order getting tag title shots. They're not going to win.
No, they're going to lose.
Right.
All right, fair enough.
No, I enjoy the old school, and I've been watching all the old WWF. I've been watching all the old Survivor Series. I miss those matches. They actually used to be very good and have significance to them. So I'm excited for the style of match. Do I wish Hangman would have 4 other different tag team partners? Absolutely. But I'm still excited for the match.
Yeah, that's fine. I agree with that. I love the match stipulation. I just can't stand the Dark Order.
No, neither can I. You act like I like them. I don't. I can't stand them.
And Carl Anderson and Festus, come over. They can hit the bricks. I'm done with them. They're losers. They never win.
I thought it was a good show. I want to see Brian Cage come out a lot stronger and better from this, and I'd like to see him get the push he needs and deserves. I thought Christian versus Hardy was a good match. The ending did suck, but it was a good match. And Christian looks sharp. And thank you, Jim Ross, for saying down the line Christian should get a title shot. Page against Darby Allin, it was better than I ever expected for 2 people I can't stand. I can't stand it played by Julian much more than Darby, and I enjoyed the bump at the end. If you have a problem with it, kiss my whole asshole. By the way, I'm so glad Conor McGregor got his ass kicked and broke his ankle.
Is the coffin drop the worst finisher in wrestling right now?
No.
Pretty close.
There's got to be worse.
Like what?
Well, Joey Ryan retired, or you can't get a show booked, so it might be.
Hurls blow-up doll would do more damage if it fell on you, dude. That is the worst thing ever.
What is the most unrealistic finisher? It's got to be the coffin drop. Because who is that knocking out?
I mean, the leg drop isn't very good.
I bet you would knock out Marcus Stunt with ease. Just saying.
How about Michael Elgin?
Oh, God.
No. Oh.
That's a news story for next week because that's a long conversation.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, but yeah.
There's a lot to take in there.
We will cover Michael Elgin next week on the show.
I don't think it would knock out Michael Elgin, though. I don't think so.
No, it would not knock out Michael Elgin.
They should have Elgin and Joey Ryan come back as a tag team.
Oh, gosh.
Call them the Predators.
Predators.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger can manage them. Don't call them.
That's just not funny.
I was just going to say Dave Christ.
I forgot that guy existed. What happened to his brother? Did Impact get rid of the other Chris brother?
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. They didn't re-sign him either.
There was nothing for him to do when his brother left. They were a good tag team too. That's a shame.
Yeah,
I
mean, killed their moment.
They were ass until Sami Callahan came with them, but once Sami Callahan fixed them, they were pretty good.
Yep.
All right. Well, speaking of Sami Callahan, we only got one thing left, which is our Slammiversary prediction show. Impact just ended a couple hours ago. So I believe the AEWCW Dude, are you sticking around or are you leaving?
I'll stick around for a little bit here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do it.
All right. Well, it's that time of the year that gets Hurls harder than nails. It's Slammiversary. So we're going to go through the predictions. Now, the first one, match was made tonight. I would much rather see this as a one-on-one match, but we've got Neil Dashwood and Brian Myers taking on Matt Cardona and a mystery partner. Now, this is Impact where men can wrestle women, so I guess his partner could be a man. But I feel like this is a lock to be Laurel Van Ness, a.k.a. Chelsea Green, who is his fucking fiance. And Cardona and the mystery partner win, but I'll go to the AEWCW Dude, then to Goldberg, then we'll have Hurls camp this one out. Your predictions?
My prediction is it is absolutely not Chelsea Green, Laurel Van Ness, or anybody that looks just like her. Cardona goes and he grabs the best intergender partner he can possibly find, and Cardona and Nyla Rose whip the shit out of everybody.
That would bring the, what do you call it, the working relationship between the two companies back.
That's right. I'm just saying, Nyla Rose, baby, all the way. That's who I want on my intergender tag team.
Shit, guess what is coming to my house right now as we speak? My fucking new Pentagon shirt. The one where he's Mexican Joker. It is literally being delivered as we speak.
Is that on the bargain rack? Because all he does is job.
What'd you pay?
No,
What'd you pay
it's a
for
special shirt. It was only available for 1 week on Pro Wrestling Tees. And I got my Hollywood Blonde shirt just showed up too.
I love it. Breaking news.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Hollywood Blonde shirt is dope. And I love Pentagon.
God, the fact that you want to buy merch is awesome. I wish I had that feeling.
You know what the crazy thing is, dude, is I will never wear these shirts in public to save my life, but I buy a shitload of these.
I'm gonna buy this shirt. Gotta honor.
The only member that tag team worth having anything to do with, right, is absolutely Julia Hart, and when she becomes half my age, maybe she can give me a call. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, dude, I said Hollywood, not varsity. Hollywood. And then Steve Austin and Brian Pillman.
That's a little different.
Why would I buy a varsity blonde shirt?
I actually thought you were buying a varsity blonde shirt as well.
No. You guys should totally if I was doing that, I would ask you guys to make fun of me and beat me up.
Well, that's what I was about to do, but
thank you.
We've been doing that for years.
Maybe I said varsity, but I meant Hollywood.
No, you probably said Hollywood, and I wasn't paying attention.
Hollywood.
That's just the way we roll.
Yeah, I thought of the new blondes too.
God, what has this world come to?
Goldberg,
what's your predictions?
Mickie James
is going to be Cardona's partner.
Yeah.
Are you sure about this, sir?
I'm gonna need to phone a friend.
Hurls or Larkin?
Dinesh, damn it, Dinesh.
No,
calling Dinesh.
Dinesh would have an answer.
I think it might be Sunny. You're
thinking of a different site.
Yeah, I think she's been back in the news recently, so I think Sunny may appear on the show.
Oh.
Did you say back in the news or back in the nudes?
Same thing.
But honestly, I'm going with Mickie James. I think Chelsea Green is too obvious, obviously, because it's his girl or whatever. And Mickie James just announced on Twitter that she's like her 90 days is up. So I'm gonna go with Mickie James.
But she's already been in NWA.
Yeah, but not on TV.
But who cares?
Yeah,
they don't have a TV deal.
I think it's Mickie James.
All right, I like it. Hurls?
I am also going to go Mickie James. I think they're going to swerve into thinking that it's Laurel Van Ness, and I think it's going to go Mickie James.
You guys are all so wrong.
Stole your thunder there, my bad.
Y'all are so wrong. You don't even know it yet.
I mean, it probably will be Chelsea Green because there are no surprises anymore, and everything that's supposed to happen does happen.
And I think Cardona and whoever is, Mickie, they're going to win, obviously. Yeah.
Goldberg, are you predicting Cardona's team to win?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It is going to be very, very easy for it to be Chelsea Green. Everything in the world says it should be Laura Van Ness, Chelsea Green, whatever. Didn't her tag team partner get released too? Hurls, you would be the one that would know.
No, I think you're thinking of the Australian twins. Or the Australian tag team, the Iconics.
That would be interesting if it was one of them. That would be cool.
But I don't
Chelsea
think
Green wasn't a tag team partner with one of them?
No, she was like doing stuff with Robbie E for a while in NXT. Robbie E was like managing her.
Okay. Well, never mind. I was going to say if it was her tag team partner that got released, I could see it being her as like a swerve. But if that's the case, now I'm going to go with Chelsea, even though I do kind of see your guys' point. So I could see Mickie being the tag team partner in a way, but I still think it's going to be Chelsea. So, all right. Next match, I've got Marcy against Eddie Edwards. Marcy's going to win. I have zero interest in this. AEWCW Dude.
Yeah, probably. Eddie doesn't need the win.
I mean, Morrissey's hot. He came from WWE.
Establish a new star in your promotion.
He was
Eddie's
also
not
in
going
WWE.
anywhere.
They don't know how to do that.
He's new and from WWE. That's what Impact goes for. Goldberg?
I mean, I'm going to say W. Morrissey, but I'm also keeping tabs here. This is a second match. I'm keeping tabs on how many matches were put together in the last 2 weeks of Impact. We're 2 for 2 so far.
And Hurls. We'll close out with you on all of them.
Okay. Yeah, W. Morrissey's going to win, and I'm going to love it because I was a defender of Enzo and Cass in WWE, and I really hope Enzo shows up at some point. Yeah, W. Morrissey. Eddie doesn't need the win. W. Morrissey's on the fast track to the heavyweight picture, hopefully.
Do I still have to fill out your pick'em bracket, or can you just assume that these are my pick'ems for that?
Yeah, you're going to be out at the lake, aren't you? I'll probably forget by Saturday, but
You just give me all the points at the end.
You know what you should do, Hurls, is post your pickup tomorrow.
that would be a smart idea.
It would be smart full time. Instead of an hour before the event starts.
Right,
But only because Griggs asked.
right.
All right,
usually
match
how it goes.
3. I've got Moose against Chris Sabin. And the most worthless match booked that I could think of in years for pay-per-view, but I'm going to go Moose.
I'm never going against Moose. You know this. And he just
Why
re-signed too. And that is a pretty cool t-shirt. It would look better with Julia Hart on it. I won't lie, but yeah.
All right, and I'm sending over my Mexican Joker shirt, too. It's like my 5th Pentagon shirt I have.
Get the whole Pentagon going on there, huh?
You know, Zero Miro, baby. Penta says I need to stop spending my money on his shirts. Goldberg.
What match is it?
Moose versus Chris Sabin, the one you can't wait for.
I believe this is another match put together in the last 2 weeks.
No, this one's been going longer than 2 weeks.
That's debatable. I mean, Moose, but who really cares? Who cares about this match?
I will be upset if Moose loses, and I love Sabin.
You should be upset that Moose lost to Kenny Omega.
Should I be upset that Moose lost to Rich Swann?
Hell yes.
I just watched that match, by the way. He hit his head on a chair, and Rich Swann got a roll up for the 3. So
Stupid.
Yeah, Moose is going to win this. Scott D'Amore says this is going to be the most underrated match going into the pay-per-view. So hopefully they deliver on that promise.
Well, with the card this week, I'm just kidding. All right, now let's move to the championship matches. We've got the most annoying team I've ever seen established, Fire and Flava, with Alicia Edwards talking very ghetto for some reason. Defending against Rosemary and Havoc. I want to say Rosemary and Havoc should win this, but this regime has booked Rosemary like absolute shit. And while Havoc and Rosemary should easily go over, and I want to pick them to win, I guess I got to go with Fire and Flava for some reason, and I don't know why. AEWCW Dude.
I have to agree with you, like, with everything that you just said. Like, Rosemary should go over. She should just go over, but she won't. And I actually like Fire and Flava. I know a lot of people out there think that they're really terrible, but I think that they're not on the right show to do this particular gimmick. But I think it's a pretty cool gimmick, and I think they do it well. So yeah, they'll win.
I can't see Rosemary and Havoc losing, but what I could see is Fire and Flava winning, and then the Iconics come out and challenge them.
I kind of expect that too.
Yeah,
Cool.
I could see if they actually got the Iconics, then Fire and Flava win. So I'm going to go Fire and Flava as well, but Havoc and Rosemary.
I love it. You just pick
Havoc
both teams.
Havoc and Rosemary need a win though. Like they've been losing way too much lately. So But I'm still going Fire and Flava. And I also do like Fire and Flava. I think they play that annoying gimmick.
Well, Havoc got to win tonight.
So that means she's losing at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. What the fuck are you laughing at? What did I miss? It's so funny.
Who's laughing?
All you guys were just a second ago.
Not me.
Well,
I
All
won't
right, well,
laugh.
now y'all shut up, of course.
I was laughing at-
I get it.
I was
I'm
laughing at the
serious.
card.
Fucking heart attack.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you dying?
Yeah.
All right. Hurls,
What just died?
All right.
you know what to do with the body.
That's right.
All right, well, this one will give you a heart attack, too, here at AEWCW Dude. We got a 4-way tag team championship match. Skillet Man that Hurls likes for some reason, and Rhino against the Good Brothers, against TJP and Falaba, which people like for God knows whatever reason, against Willie Mack and Rich Swann. AEWCW Dude. I guess I'll pick last on this one. AEWCW Dude, what you got?
Oh man, I'm just not feeling Rich and Willie here. TJP and Fala. I feel like it's gonna go the champs or the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers are booked so damn poorly, but they should win this match. They should win it, and they should win it easily. So I'm gonna say that. I don't know. I'll go with the Good Brothers, even though I think Violent by Design's probably going to win. I'm going to pick the Good Brothers anyway.
Goldberg.
This is another match that does not have enough build-up. Because what did the Good Brothers done to earn a title shot?
They're there.
Right.
I believe they suck Omega's dick.
That and
there you go.
Okay. And the other two tag teams that are fighting.
And Nihilus.
But when did Rich Swann and Willie Mack let's just throw them back together? Okay, they're a tag team again. They're in the
same
match.
could be said for TJP and Fala too.
I was just gonna get to that.
That was right before the pandemic. They were.
So
I thought they were going to win the titles back then.
It just seems like another thrown together match to me. And having said that, I'm gonna pick Impact's fucking favorite child, Rich Swann, and I'm gonna say that Rich Swann and Willie Mack win.
I don't think I'd be upset with that, just because Willie Mack deserves some credit. I'm gonna go Good Brothers. I think they're in there, and I think they're gonna get the titles back. I will say though, Joe Doring, facial expressions, best in the biz.
Jesus, Hurls.
Yep. Love that guy.
Oh my God. Hurls, I don't
like
get
him.
it with you, but I respect you regardless.
Thank you.
I like them too.
All right. So for me, if Impact has any brains, which I don't know that they do, they should put the Good Brothers should win this match. It makes business sense for them to. If they don't win it, if Impact has any brains, it needs to go to Swann and Mack. My prediction is the Good Brothers, because I think it makes the most sense. And they got to be smart enough to do it. That said, I want Willie Mack and Rich Swann to win it, and how I want this to end is I want to see Kazarian make his return to Impact and attack the Good Brothers during this match, and that leads to Moose and Swann somehow getting a pin over someone else.
That may happen.
Moose and Swann.
All right, not Moose and Swann, but Willie Mack and Swann.
Man.
That would be a great tag team name, Moose and Swann.
It would. They should team them up.
Moose and Swann.
You guys do realize that Swann and Mack could actually be a really good tag team.
That's why I want them to win. I like both guys a lot.
Do you remember the handicap match against the North? That was amazing. It was Mack. Mack took on the North by himself.
Right?
Yeah. He almost. I mean, they made it look like it was like a 20-minute match, and Mack almost won it. They made it. That was a really good match.
Mack is criminally underrated. He just has a terrible look for a wrestler.
Yeah.
But he is criminal, and he's a little too happy all the time. But that dude can just go in the ring. Like, don't kid yourself into thinking he can't.
I like Willie Mack a lot, man. Like,
he's a poor man's Samoa Joe.
Yeah. With a little bit of Junkyard Dog.
Right.
Yeah, he's a poor man's JYD. Samoa Joe's not in his. I never was a Samoa Joe fan.
I wasn't
like
either,
that
but
more.
to say that Joe
I'm really
wasn't
learning a
great.
lot about you.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, on to the X Division Championship match. We've got Josh Alexander defending against Chris Bay, Rohit Raju, Petey Williams, Ace Austin, and Trey Miguel. This is a tough one. It's either going to be Trey or Josh Alexander. I really, really, really fucking want Petey Williams to win it. I think the best thing booking-wise would be to have Alexander go over. That said, Impact has a big boner for Trey Miguel for some reason, and they always have, which I've never understood, and he's the only one that hasn't won that belt. So I'm going to go with Trey Miguel, I guess. AEWCW Dude.
This is their opportunity to build a star and to make another challenger for Omega. And they need a challenger even if Omega loses. So I think they build Josh Alexander here. He is their only corporate champion right now. And I think that if they can make him dominant right now, they can build him and bring him up the card, put him in a top position. And if he loses to Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Chris May, or actually Rohit's not too bad, Petey's not too bad, but none of the loss just gets any one of those guys just kills his. You know what I'm saying? It just kills his momentum. So I'm going with Josh Alexander to defend and to be the next person to challenge for the world title.
I am. Oh wait, Goldberg's turn.
Oh, I'm gonna. I think these are the only 6 guys in the X division because they fought each other about 1 million times in the past 6 months.
There's TJP.
But from some combination, these same 6 guys, I've been saying to Hurls, have been fighting each other for the past 6 months, haven't they, Hurls?
They have, with the
Okay,
exceptions of
that.
TJP and Willie Mack, but yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say Josh Alexander retains because if he doesn't, they're missing the boat like they are with Moose.
I am going with the mocha skinned manimal. Rohit Raju. No, I'm just joking. I'm going to go Josh Alexander. They got to just keep building him. I think he's their next star, or at least an Impact sense of the word star. Yeah, Josh Alexander.
Did you just say the same thing that I said?
Yeah.
I gotta shoot myself now, man. One of us has to die. It might as well be me.
I was going to go the Step Brothers route. Did we just become best friends? You know. No. You gave me the turn. So.
Look, I agree with you. I feel Josh Alexander should win. I think he should. I feel like if they're smart, he should. But for some reason, I just have a feeling they've had such a boner for Trey Miguel that they might put the belt on him and then push Alexander towards challenging Omega, and maybe he'll be the guy that beats Kenny. And Goldberg and I had this discussion. There's nothing X Division about Josh Alexander as a thing, too.
Right. Yeah, that is true.
He said he is representing Impact. He's the only Impact champion until one of their guys brings the belt home. I kind of feel like they are building him well and should stick with that. I just feel like he needs to get out of the X Division because there's nothing X Division about it.
The women's tag.
It brings him up the card, though. That's what does it.
Yep.
It brings up the card.
And he should win this match. No one in this match should even be competition for him. He should win it. For some reason, I kind of feel like they want to give it to Trey Miguel. They love Trey Miguel so much, and I've never understood it.
He's got like 100 main events.
Over under on false Canadian destroyers. Tease Canadian destroyers.
At least 5.
Well, but think about it this way: you got what, 5, 6 people in this match, 6 people in this match. He could probably hit 6 of them, and somebody else could just knock them off.
Well, yeah, get the. It's an Ultimate X match. So.
It's true. Ultimate X is gonna climb, so there could be a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. He's definitely got the most experience in that match.
I would be ecstatic if Petey Williams won. I love Petey. I'm a huge fan. I always will be.
I think he should come out as little Petey Pump.
I would love it if Petey Williams or James Storm were the ones to beat Omega for the belt. I would be
You
ecstatic.
somehow missed the Petey Williams interview.
Did you?
No, you missed it.
I did it. I did most of the questioning.
I wasn't on there.
Oh, you're the one that missed it. Okay, I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
I wasn't on there.
That was an awesome interview.
Petey was
Yeah,
awesome.
you guys got to talk to him for a long time.
Yeah, the people who missed that interview were Hurls and almost all of our listeners.
Homicide
Back
but
then, and I was like, how did Petey Williams get such little turnout, you know?
I'm pretty sure my D-Ray 3000 interview got more than my Homicide interview, so I don't know what
Homicide
that's
was
saying.
wrecked, man. Homicide was a total train wreck.
Yeah.
Was it?
Oh, he's a fun guy.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was on that show.
Fun
I
guy.
know I listened to it, but
All right, what do we got? Are we on the main event
all
yet?
right.
We
We
are.
got 2 matches left. We got the
Probably not.
Knockouts Championship. Deonna Purrazzo defending against the mystery partner. Now, I think it's 1 of 2, maybe 3.
I know who it is.
Mickie James is at the top of my list.
Nope.
Taryn Terrell being the other.
Nope.
And then
Taylor
the
Wilde.
third option I have is Chelsea Green.
Nope.
I don't know who I have winning this match, though. I kind of feel like Deonna's going to win. I know who you're going to go with, and let's hear it.
Dr. Britt Baker. DMD. Literally was asking
That's true.
Scott at the last tapings for a match with Deonna Purrazzo,
Yeah,
and
you're
Deonna
right.
goes over. Dr.
Yeah.
Britt Baker. DMD. Get your crossover in there, baby.
I would mark out.
Not gonna happen.
She's asking for the match, dude.
No, I think it would be great if it did happen. But just anything that good it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I agree with Goldberg. If they did this, and that's, you have a great point, and I hope actually you're right. If they did this, I think it could launch the crossover and actually make both companies be like, hey, maybe we have something here. Maybe we should pull our thumb out of our ass. But I'll resort to what Goldberg says is it's good, so it won't happen. But Goldberg, what's your prediction? And actually, you know what, dude, who wins, Britt or Deonna?
Oh, Deonna goes over.
Against Britt Baker?
Yes.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah, I don't.
Doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt Britt for Deonna to go over, and then they can
Yes,
cross
it
Deonna
does.
back over, and it doesn't have to be clean. Okay, it doesn't have to be clean. It could be Reba, Rebel, whatever the hell she's going by these days, doing something stupid and accidentally hitting Britt. There could be a number of ways this match does not have to end clean, but Deonna's not losing her championship to Britt.
Goldberg, what's your predictions?
What's Taylor Wilde's situation right now?
That's a good pick, too.
I haven't seen her in a little
I
bit.
thought she was
Okay,
already
I'm
back
gonna-
with Impact.
I thought she was too, but I'm gonna say Taylor Wilde.
Well, she definitely came back, but yeah.
And here's the thing: I hate when people come back and get title shots because we know it's been discussed enough. Impact does it every fucking pay-per-view, one way or another. Somebody just comes in, gets a title shot right away. So I hope they do the right thing, no matter who it is, and keep the title on Deonna.
Literally
All I'm
last
telling
week,
you is
you
they've
told me you'd
promised.
be happy if Mickey beat her.
They promised those shit moments, guys. It's Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Or my name is not Griggs.
Goldberg, you did tell me last week if Mickey came back and fought Deonna, because both you and I agreed on this, that we're tired of the people coming in, getting their title shots and winning right away.
Yeah, and
You
having
want
said
Mickey to
that,
win,
I
and
would,
so would I.
I would be rooting for Mickey, but I think the right move would be to have Deonna win. But I would be rooting for Mickey. I mean, I got no allegiance towards Deonna at all.
The Hurls man?
I think the mystery opponent is going to be Tessa frickin' no. Just joking.
yeah.
That's what I
Just
thought dude was
joking.
going to say.
What if it's Brian Cage?
Well, Deonna's definitely favored then, right?
He's gonna repackage in the women's division.
right. No, this one's kind of tough because we haven't had an AEW crossover since Private Party, and the whole rumored Sammy Guevara fiasco. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it because we haven't had anybody from AEW in a while. So besides Omega, of course, but gosh, I'm gonna play it safe here. I'm gonna go. I think it was Sue Young last year.
Yeah, and she won.
Yep. Could be Sue Young again.
No,
but,
instead of Susie, I see what you mean.
Yeah. But
that would be lame.
Yeah, I don't think they'd do that twice. Okay, Scott D'Amore said, "Holy shit moments." I'm gonna go Britt Baker.
Thank you, yep. Earl.
I'm gonna do it.
Become best friends.
Yes, we did. Thank you.
Hurls, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Prior to hearing the AEWCW Dude say Britt Baker, was Britt even a thought in your mind?
So I did see that interview like a month ago, or I saw her on Twitter like a month ago, but no, I totally forgot about it. So no, I would have not said that. What I probably would have said, probably Mickie James, but I don't think it's Mickie James because I'm not buying the NWA Impact stuff, not yet.
Right.
Yep. So
go big or go home.
Yeah, exactly. So
what if it's Major Guns?
Oh, please no.
Oh,
one of those surprises.
Why does everybody want Nyla Rose in this match anyway?
If I'm really being conservative here, I think one of those surprises though could be a letdown, and then one of them could be actually worth talking about. So I just don't see the Mickie James stuff. I really don't.
Let's get on to the main event.
Card. So it's a tough one. Omega versus Callahan. If the partnership, if you want to call it that, is done, it's Callahan winning. Let's be honest, Don Callis is gone. This might be the last time with Impact. I don't know what happens with the Good Brothers after this. I still am going with Omega to retain. I think I'm going to be in the minority, but I'm going Omega.
You're not going to be in the minority because I'm also picking Omega. So we've at least got a 50-50 split.
I bet you I know who Goldberg goes with.
Callahan.
And Hurls.
So the no DQ stip, you're supposed to think it's going to benefit Callahan. I think it's going to benefit Omega. I think Omega goes over, and the hopeless romantic that I am is hoping that Moose will beat Omega at Bound for Glory. And I keep saying that every damn pay-per-view, and it never happens. So, yeah, I'm still going Omega. And last thing, and I know this is not on your rundown here, RV, but does any male wrestler come back?
Well, actually, Hurls, I was going to ask, is there, because
okay.
it's Slammiversary, is there any returns, holy shit moments?
Yeah, I'll let you do that then.
I mean, that's a question. I don't know if I have an answer. I'm going to go to you more than the rest of us.
So I don't see the Austin Aries thing, but it could happen, I guess. But I really hope this is not the holy shit moment. I hope I don't see any Ring of Honor or MLW people, unless it's Davey. Maybe I'd mark out for Davey Richards, but there's been talks about some type of crossover, but I don't know. I wouldn't really get that excited, and I'm definitely not going to get excited over any New Japan wrestler, and that includes Okada. So
he won't be there.
Yeah, I hope. Okay, Jeff Jarrett would be kind of cool. Aries, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not once Samoa Joe went back to NXT, I don't know. The only one that would work would be Daniel Bryan, but that's a Hail Mary pass. That's a Hail Mary. So,
and I think Bryan Danielson, if he's not returned to WWE, it's New Japan or AEW.
Yeah, most likely. But if he did go back to NJPW, he could still show up at Slammiversary, though.
That is true. Goldberg, any crazy moments you're expecting?
I mean, I think there'll be something that we're not expecting. I would hope. I I mean, I don't think it'll be Daniel Bryan. I don't know. I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head, but I'm sure someone's going to debut that we haven't mentioned and we probably don't expect, or at least I hope so.
Dude.
You know what? They say holy shit moments that people are going to come back. You'll get some name that pops their head up that every year, but I think if there's a holy shit moment, it would be Deanna going, holy shit, I got to defend against the AEW champion.
Yeah, I think the Britt Baker thing, as far as like a huge moment, may be the most likely. Chelsea Green returning. I could see the Iconics debuting in Impact. Maybe Alex Shelley returns.
That would be cool.
Not exactly holy shit. That would
No.
be cool.
Yeah, no, I don't see holy
just to
shit
see
either,
the
but just,
guns.
a day for him to return from injury. I guess I don't know that there's any like released wrestlers from that last.
What about Heath?
Who?
Heath Slater.
Oh yeah, that could happen. Him against Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, eventually that's going to happen.
And I could
Maybe.
see the Kazarian thing happening, being realistic.
Would Daniels show back up then?
That would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be awesome. Yeah, because the main event, even the main event or that tag team match with the Good Brothers, you could see Kazarian come out, or John Moxley to help out Callahan in Kingston. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I didn't even think of that.
I don't buy
doubt
that
it.
because I don't buy that for two reasons. Because an AEW would be taking over the main event and Moxley isn't feuding with Omega. It would have to be Hangman. And I just don't see them allowing, an AEW feud to come in and just take over the headline of their PPV, the biggest one of the year. So
I could.
I thought about it. You could. You would think
It's Impact.
Right?
What about Kurt Angle?
Shit,
Yes.
that'd be cool, but no.
Yes.
I could see the Dork Order coming out.
Oh please no.
For what? For a nice laugh?
All right, this show is gone to a new low. It's time to wrap it up, guys. It is definitely
It
late.
is actually. It's time.
My
to wrap
dog's
it.
starting to hump the blanket. It's time to go to bed.
I'll give my last prediction. Hogan, Hall, and Nash invade this pay-per-view, and Hogan walks out heavyweight champ one last time.
I'm in on that. That's
how the show ends with computerized fans throwing trash into the ring. Oh wait, we have actual fans.
Yes.
We have actual fans.
Yeah.
With the fans throwing trash into the ring one last time.
In Goldberg, holographs of Hogan are dropping legs on every wrestler for the remainder of time, and he never drops the belt.
I actually seriously would like to see Jeff Jarrett do something though. Not saying like win a title. I mean, I would like to see that, but I'd like to see him appear on the show in some fashion.
It could be cool.
The commentator booth, he couldn't do any worse than what they've got. He'd probably be great.
Well, Stryker is coming back, so it will be improved from what we've been seeing on Impact last month. So.
I heard Mauro Ranallo is going to be doing more pay-per-views too. So
I've heard they want to work together again, but I haven't heard that it's going to be Slammiversary. But it'd be a nice surprise if he did.
yeah. But Austin Aries though, RV, would you mark out for him?
I wouldn't mark out, but I would think it was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm past the point of marking out with Impact and with Austin Aries, to be honest. But
Austin Aries is a piece of shit. Just saying.
He might be a piece of shit in real life. I really am a fan of him
And
as a
if I
wrestler,
saw him, I would tell him that to his face.
but you already did, sir.
Oh wait, you already did.
I did.
All right, gentlemen, let's wrap this show up and get it off. Anyone have anything else they want to say?
Monty Brown should have been champ, and they're making the same mistakes with Moose.
Disagree with you on the first half, but agree with you on the second.
What? You don't
I
think
don't think
Monty
he should
Brown
have been champ. He was awesome.
at all? Ever?
No, ever. No, I don't think he was world championship material, but he was awesome.
I feel like Mr. T should come out with Hogan, Hall, and Nash this time.
All right, I'm in on this now. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
I got
serious.
a final comment real quick.
All right.
Bucks and 6.
Yes! Dude, I am suddenly a Bucks fan. I don't even give a shit about the NBA yet. I'm a Bucks fan because of you.
Yeah, I'm actually rooting for the Bucks as well, just because I don't want to see Chris Paul or Devin Booker win.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, by that I mean Dinesh. This is RVE on behalf of Goldberg, Hurls, and the AEWCW Dude. Heelcast out. We will catch you next week. Check out Slammiversary. Heelcast out.